back to All That Erica. I am Erica, for those of you who are new here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, my very first TBR that I'm putting out into the booktube world. And for those of you who are returning subscribers, thank you so much for checking back in on your girl. As usual, I appreciate you all because you all are doing a great job at keeping me accountable, right? So in today's video, we're going to talk about my April TBR, all of the books that I have on my TBR, and this probably isn't even half of them. I do have a few library holds that have come through, as well as pre-orders that are coming during the month of April. So I'm pretty sure during my mid-month wrap-up, maybe I'll do like a second of the month TBR of like all the additional books that I want to read that have, arrived after this video goes live. Now, these are all the books that I have currently in my possession, as well as a few Netgalley reads, maybe some things on my Kindle. I don't know. I may save my Kindle for later. But yeah, right now we have physical books and a few Netgalley reads. So let me stop rambling and let's jump to the video. I'm not sure how many books that I have on my list today, but we will discuss all of that at the end of the video. This one's going to be rather quick. I'm just going to show the covers. If I have anything, to say about it, if it's like for a special video or a challenge, I will mention that. But for the synopsis, I'm not sure if I'm going to read over that because we're going to keep this short and simple, and I may save reading the synopsis of books for my wrap-ups. Let me know which process you like. Do you like to hear the synopsis during TBRs, or do you like to hear those when books are being like reviewed and wrapped up? All right, so let's get straight into it. As usual, I do not have things in order, or I don't have them the same order that I have on my iPad, so I'm going to be looking around like a lost puppy. So first up, we will review my Netgalley reads. I have 4 of them. I have 4 of them, 3 of which are set to come out in April, and 1 is actually set to be released tomorrow, March 29th. The first one is Godfire. This is the one that is set to come out tomorrow, and I have this as an audiobook. And this is the first book in the 5 Lands saga by Cara Witter. Sorry, I don't know how people are saying their names. But yeah, I don't know much about this one. I did see briefly when I was like clicking to apply for it, I briefly saw that gods are in stones, and that reminded me of The Fifth Element. So your girl had to request it, and somehow, I got approved. So hopefully I will be able to listen to that one tomorrow, during the day that it releases. If not, I will try to get to it. I hope to get to it tomorrow because I'm pretty sure it archives tomorrow as well. And I just want to read it. Like, that just sounds great. If it has anything to do, or if it's anything similar to The Fifth Element in that story, sign me up. Next, we have Most Efficient Murder by Anthony Slayton, and this one I believe is a Kindle only release. It's obviously a murder mystery, and I think it's the first in a series. Yeah, I don't know, that one's on my Kindle. I think it comes out, girl, let me not even lie, I'll put it on the screen. It comes out that date, and I have until then to read it, so we will see if I enjoy that one. Then I have The New Neighbor by Carter Wilson. This one I believe is a psychological thriller, which I'm excited to read. I don't even think I have a favorite psychological thriller. I've read a few of them, but yeah, it's helping me to get back into my love of thrillers, so I'm excited to get to that one this month. And then finally we have Murder in the Neighborhood. It might be A Murder in the Neighborhood, I don't know, I was typing these really quickly, but Murder in the Neighborhood by Ellen J. Green, and this one I believe is like a nonfiction crime novel, obviously about a murder that took place in someone's neighborhood. So yeah, that wraps up my Netgalley reads. All right, next up we have Mirror Girls by Kelly McWilliams, and I'm pretty sure I hauled this one or talked about this in anticipated reads or a pre-order, something like that. I will link it in the cards above. But this one is just basically, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the Southern Gothic thriller, and it may even be like a historical fiction because I'm not sure if this takes place in current day. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, it just says Mirror Girls is a thrilling gothic horror that tackles the realities of racism passing in the Jim Crow South, perfect for young fans of Lovecraft Country and The Vanishing Half. And I did watch Lovecraft Country. I have the book, haven't read it yet. Love that. And I did read The Vanishing Half, so I'm assuming sisters will be in this. So yeah, I'm excited to get to that one. And then I have The City of Dusk by Tara Sim, which is the first book in a trilogy, in the Dark Gods trilogy. So I did haul this one in my my pre-orders haul. And the synopsis is there, but basically it is about the four realms, and they all converge on the City of Dusk. And obviously someone is probably going to have to fight. Girl, I don't know. Okay, yes, I said I'm not doing synopsis. So yes, this is next, another book that I want to get to this month. I believe I am. Yeah, I did talk about this book. I'm buddy reading this one, so I can't wait to, pile through this one because it is a little hefty. But yeah, I'm excited to get to this one, and hopefully I'll get to this before my mid-month wrap up, and I can let you all know if I enjoyed it or not. Next up, we have The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I talked about this in my Project Unhaul, but this is a priority read for me, a book that I want to read, and if not, get it off my shelves because I just want to make space for more books and also try to tackle more of my physical TBR. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this book. Again, I talked about it previously. I'm sure a bunch of people have talked about it, but I'm excited to get to this. And I have a special project for this one, and a few other books. So definitely check back in later in the month for a reading vlog around this book. Up we have Until I Am Free, Fannie Lou Hamer's Enduring Message to America by Keisha N. Blaine. And this one is just pretty sure it's a biography about obviously Fannie Lou Hamer, and tying it probably back to like current political day. But I am reading this one for another special reading vlog. So check back mid-month to hear more about this book, as well as maybe one or two other books for that special reading vlog. All right, so that is it for the books that I own myself. And then the next ones are my priority library reads. I am trying to clear off my library shelf. I have a bunch of other holds coming through in the month of April. So I'm trying to prioritize these next books to get them off my shelves and make room for the other ones that are coming through, right? So first up, we have two cozy mysteries. First, we have Homicide and Halo by Mia P. Manansala. I hope I said that right. This is book number 2 in the Tita Rosie Kitchen Mystery series. So this is the sequel to Arsenic and Adobo. We're just following, I forget what our main character is, Lila and her family. They own a Filipino restaurant, right? Yes, Lila and her family own a Filipino restaurant. And this one, like a murder is happening around a pageant. So I'm excited to get to this one. And then I'm probably going to read these two together for a reading vlog. So this one is Under Lock and Skeleton Key, which is book number 1 in the Secret Staircase Mystery by Gigi Pandian. Again, another cozy mystery. This one, I believe, has elements of like architecture and, of course, mystery. And I'm pretty sure it talks about food in this one. So that's why I want to do these two together for a reading vlog. So I have those two. Those are library books. Then I have Redwood and Wildfire by Andrea Hairston. Yeah, I forget what her other book was called. Oh, Masters of Poison. I DNF'd Masters of Poison, not read. Wow. I DNF'd her other book, so I'm nervous to get to this one. I'm also hesitant to read it just because it is a chunker as well. Has a lot of pages in it and I tend to not reach for books with a lot of pages, so I've been hesitant on this one, but this is due back to the library pretty soon, so I have to get to it. If not, I will return it to the library and check it out at a later date. But that is next up on our TBR. Another one that I've had for a while, oh my gosh, is Cameron Battle and the Hidden Kingdom by Jamar J. Perry. This one, I don't know why I'm dragging my feet on this one. I feel like most middle grade books, I'm able to fly through them. And yeah, this one's not even long. I think this is a first in a series. Not sure, but I will put that on there. But this is another priority library read. I've had this checked out, I think, since January or maybe February. And I know they're tired of me clicking renew. So I will definitely complete this one in the month of April. Then we have The Rumor Game by Danielle Clayton and Sonia Karaporata. I am sorry for butchering your last name. This one I just most recently checked out. It is a YA book that has like social media in it, and something happens between two girls, I think, and social media plays a part. So yeah, it's a thriller. Obviously, that's what I was trying to say. It's a YA thriller. Again, another chunky book. You know what? Maybe I will do a chunky book reading vlog to, get over my fears and get this done. But yeah, that's that. I did haul this recently in a library haul. So this isn't really a priority read, but I think I just want to read this to get this off my shelves, get this off my library priority shelf. So yeah, this really isn't a priority read. But I just want to read it and probably get it back to the library because, I feel like a lot of young adults will want to read this one. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. We have The Last Suspicious Holdout by Lady Hubbard. And this is a collection of short stories chronicling a neighborhood, I believe, from the Clinton era to the night before President Obama was elected. And it's just like, looking at this neighborhood throughout those changes in presidents and probably changes in what the neighborhood looked like. So I am, excited to get to this one. This will probably just be like a quick read for me, a one-day read. I can probably start in the morning and then wrap up like at my son's practice or something. So this is another library priority read. Because I'm thinking this one I probably will not be able to renew, so I want to get this one done as soon as possible. And our final book, at least for library reads, is League of Liars by Astrid, I think it's Schultz. Yeah, League of Liars by Astrid Schultz. Again, this was another one that was recently hauled in my most recent library haul. Oh, I'm blinding you all. But it's just a book about, I think, a bunch of kids who in like a fantasy, or no, this is a fantasy about a bunch of kids, and there's a mystery in it, and like a boy who is trying to stick it to the system gets caught up with this group of children. So yeah, I think that was, a good summation of that. If not, check my library haul for a better summation, but that wraps up our priority library reads. Again, a lot of them are just, they have to go back to the library pretty soon. And then others, I've had them for quite some time. So I just, want to get them off my shelves. All right. And then finally, we have two books. First up is, I think that's right. Yeah. Finally, we have two books. First up is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. And this one is to fulfill the Buzzword Challenge by Books and Lala. I struggled with this one. I think this one is words that have little or big in the title. And I'm not even sure if I want to read that book. It's just people have recommended it. I've seen it a couple of times. So I'm struggling with this one. And so if you have any suggestions for the Buzzword Challenge, which I will put here, at least for the month of April, please spam me with anything, because I'm not too sold on Little Thieves and I'm not sure if I'm going to read it or not. And then finally, I'm participating in 20 books from 20 decades challenge. I'll put the person who created it here and like all their little challenge information. Oh, and I did not write who this book is by, but for this one, I am reading, or I should say for book number 2 in this challenge, I'm reading A Voice from the South by, I think that's Anne Moody, wrote that book. And yeah, it's just, pretty sure it's a biography about a woman who lived in the South, obviously, Erica, oh my gosh, who lived in the South during, I want to say Jim Crow times. I could be lying. I will put that synopsis on the screen because I haven't talked about that book before. But that one is just going to fulfill prompt number 2, at least for me, in that challenge. I'm a little slow in that challenge because some of the books that I've picked are hard to get from my library, or other people have checked them out. So I'm just, waiting my time to get that book. Oh, and also oh my gosh, look at me all over the place. I do have 2 other books that are on my Libby app. I have All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. I literally know nothing about this book. Goodreads got your girl, okay? You know how they do like all that marketing and advertising for books. I seen a bunch of advertisements for this one on Goodreads. Decided to, reserve it, put a hold in for Libby, and it came through. So I have that one, and then finally, I have Blood Sign by Deborah Fallier, I think is how you say their last name. And this is the first book in a series. I did start to listen to this one, but then I stopped because it just wasn't clicking, and I think I was just doing too much at once. So I just stopped that one. So I do have that on my Libby app as well that I hope to get to in the month of April. And that is it, you guys. That is the final book. This TBR, girl. I don't know. The first couple of months I have averaged about, I think, 18 or 19 books. So, and I have that many books here, in addition to probably some other books that I want to get to for special reading vlogs and that are coming through the library. So I have a pretty ambitious TBR for the month of April. I'm probably going to take 3 to 4 days off in April because my PTO is just maxed out, and the way my job is once you hit your max, you don't accrue anymore. So I may just take a couple of days off to relax, of course, but then also to hopefully be able to do a lot of reading at once. But that is it. This TBR looks crazy. I'm crazy. Maybe we're all a little crazy, when we make these TBRs. But I do just want to finally mention that although I'm listing out these books, I'm really giving myself grace with some of these readings or some of these things that I am wanting to read, because I am a mood reader. I may not pick up these books or reach for these books. I may, want to read something short and sweet, or since I am getting back into mystery thrillers, I may just want to read all mystery and thrillers for the month of April, and that is totally fine. I'm not going to beat myself up if I do not read all of these. Well, maybe for the exception of the library books. I don't want to hold anything from anyone else or the opportunity for anyone else to read them. So if I feel like I'm struggling to pick it up and, then a renewal comes, or I try to renew something and it doesn't let me renew, then it's going back to the library and I'll just check it out again later. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this quick, speedy TBR, my first of many TBRs, on the booktube realm. Or I hope you all have a great morning, night, evening, weekend, whenever you are watching this. I have this closed because it is snowing outside and people do not need that depression right now, okay? We are entering spring and it still wants to snow where I am, and it's a little crazy. But yeah, I will catch you all in my next video. Peace. I'm totally using my knee to help with this thumbnail. Like, these books are out of control. Can we see? Ah!